What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Clutch Cinema Talk 2024. It's here. It's been here for a few days. That's all right. But as we all know, January is like a little kind of month for movies. So I got time. I had time for this movie. Today we're going to be talking about my top 10 most anticipated movies of 2024. We got a few good ones in here. There's a few biased ones in here. A few ones that is like, yo, what? I never heard of that movie. If you haven't checked out the top 10 movies of 2023, I say the top, but it is my list, but my list is what's correct anyway. So if you didn't go check that out, definitely go check that out. We talked for a good while about some of those movies. 2024. Is this gonna be a perfect list? The 10 best movies? We'll see. We'll definitely see. I doubt it, but we are definitely gonna see. So before that, leave a like, leave a comment, make sure you subscribe. All right, let's do this thing. Number 10, we got We Live in a Time. And hey, I'm going to be completely honest about this. I was having a little bit of trouble looking for movies that I was kind of hyped up for this year. But this one is starring Florence Pugh and Andrew Garfield. And that was enough reason. Andrew Garfield and Florence Pugh, I was like, yo, these are two of my faves. It said, there's not too much about the plot that's been given away, but it says that Florence Pugh, she's like a chef. Andrew Garfield, he just got recently divorced. And they fall in love with each other, and they're doing their thing. And some truth gets brought up. Yo, I'm going to take a shot in the dark. Shot in the dark right now and say Andrew Garfield killed his wife. I'm saying Andrew Garfield killed his wife. You heard it here first, that's what's going to happen in this movie. And it's going to be a really, weird thing on their relationship. You know how cool, maybe not cool because that's not cool, but from a story perspective, hey, maybe that's gonna be something that happens. So let's keep an eye on that. That is number 10. We Live in Time. Number 9, we got Sonic 3. This feels like a biased pick. I think I'm a little bit biased. I put Sonic 3 here because Sonic 2 was cool. Sonic 1 I didn't really like. I liked Sonic 2 a lot. It has my boy Tails in it, and Jim Carrey doing Jim Carrey things. So maybe this is a little bit high because Sonic 3 I don't think is going to have Jim Carrey as Dr. Eggman at all. But it does have Shadow. I don't remember who's playing Shadow, but Shadow is going to be in this. I think that's enough reason to make. And these movies are fun. It's not nothing too crazy. They're not really too much about the story or anything like that. They're just fun movies with Sonic being Sonic. They're fun. Okay, Sonic 2 was good. So I have a decent expectation for this, because Shadow's going to be in it. So that's number 9. This is a weird start to the list, okay. Number 8, we got Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. I didn't like Afterlife that much. I just saw it for the very first time recently. I didn't like it too much. It felt like The Force Awakens. They felt like they played it a very safe. I think what makes this movie really exciting is that they're doing something new. You have a genre where you can put anything and anything. Everything and anything. It's about ghosts. There must be thousands and thousands of iterations of what a ghost can be and how big the magnitude of a threat could be. It's literally Scooby-Doo. Well, maybe not Scooby-Doo, because Scooby-Doo had a little bit, it was real. This Frozen Empire, there's a big blizzard thing, and there's a ghost ice demon, ghost ice thing, and he's freezing up Manhattan because Manhattan, the city what other city in the world would ever be frozen? It's just New York. It has to be New York because that's where the Ghostbusters are at. But it feels new. You got a new and interesting, looks like an interesting villain, interesting scenario. We're not doing the whole David Bowie with the dogs anymore. That ship has sailed, okay? I don't want to see any Stay Puft Marshmallows in this. They're cute. I get it. That's why they put it in the movie, because they're cute. But we've done this before. We've done the Stay Puft Marshmallow. Stop taking and bashing us over the head with the nostalgia, as I'm saying, defending a new Ghostbusters movie. But I'm just trying to say that it's new, and Paul Rudd got his little Ghostbusters uni on, so that's going to be cool. So Ghostbusters Frozen Empire is number 8. Number 7, we have Nosferatu. This reboot of over 100 years is coming out, directed by Robert Eggers, who, as you may know, known for his little dark and gritty stuff. The Witch, that sounded... The Witch, The Lighthouse, The Northman. Over 100 years, one of the most classic and maybe not as well known, but for those of you who don't know who Nosferatu is, he's that guy in the Hashling and Slasher episode of SpongeBob who turns on the light. They're like, Nosferatu. It's him. That's him. That's what this movie's about. We got Bill Skarsgård as the vampire because who else would play a horrible looking monster thing? That's gonna be good. I wonder if he's gonna do the little eye thing like he does with Pennywise. Maybe not. A lot of things that are being talked about this movie is that Lily Rose Depp may not have been the best pick for this, and people are saying it should have been Anya Taylor-Joy. I like Anya Taylor-Joy a lot, but I don't want to go around bashing people about who should be in this movie and who shouldn't be. So maybe Lily Rose Depp's gonna go do a good job. I mean, who's to say really yet until the movie comes out? And that was the decision that was made, so we're just gonna have to stick with it, and we're just gonna have to see. I did say on the Instagram page that this may be the best horror movie of 2024. We'll see. Okay, we'll see. I think Nosferatu comes like way later in the year. We'll see for that. But number 7 for me is Nosferatu. Number 6, we got The Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. And we've come such a long way with The Planet of the Apes, with such an amazing new trilogy that felt fresh and still kept a lot of the basic core of what was the original Planet of the Apes about. And it felt fresh, it felt new. You can compare them, but it's not like a comparison where it's like, oh yeah, this is a complete rip-off of the other one. No, they have elements from the old one, and they don't really linger on them, where it's like, hey guys, you see we're doing the thing. No, it's new, it's fresh, it sets up his characters. Like Caesar, amazingly, he has a great character arc throughout the whole thing. It's one of the best trilogies out there, especially rebooted and like new material based off of old material. So now we got a new generation. This is I think it's like a big time jump. Now it's the Planet of the Apes for sure. Now it's definitely the Planet of the Apes, and we have new characters. It's gonna be a whole bunch of new situations. It feels new, and I think that's what's one of the most exciting things about this, is that it feels new. It could also feel a little bit, scary because we don't know what's gonna go down in this. How was the Planet of the Apes story already been told? I don't think so. I think there's a lot of different things you can do in this and still commentate on different things. I think that's what a good thing that Planet of the Apes does. So we're gonna see with this new Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, which comes out, and it looks gorgeous. Like the way the difference between this and Rise of the Planet of the Apes, it's amazing. That's number 6. Into the top 5. Number 5, we got Deadpool 3. There's a lot of 3s happening this year, right? Sonic 3, Deadpool 3. Listen, Marvel, the course has almost been run. It's a little bit panic zone, that not everyone is talking about Marvel anymore. The shows are all over the place. No one can even remember what movies are coming out this year that are Marvel related. It's not the best. It doesn't feel like it used to feel with the original Infinity Saga, how those movies felt so connected. So now we got Deadpool 3, another multiverse styled film. We had our Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, Loki. Now we have Deadpool 3. I think the biggest thing to be looking out for in this movie is how much of a risk they're going to be taking with Deadpool as a character, because Deadpool, you could do a lot with him, especially breaking the fourth wall and everything like this. And now having him in the MCU, you can make jokes about the MCU, right? I guess the things look at is how much can you really do? Is it going to break and undermine a few things that have happened in the MCU? I feel like this is the last big hurrah for Marvel. Because after that, I mean, you still have your Avengers movies with like Kang and, I don't even know what the hell's going to happen with Secret Wars, but it doesn't feel as impactful anymore and that an Avengers movie is coming out, because the roster's all over the place and the threat no one even knows what the threat is anymore. Deadpool 3 with Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds, that's enough to power the world right there. And he's coming back as Wolverine, even though he said he wasn't coming back as Wolverine. But I think this is going to be fun. I don't know how serious we should be taking it from an MCU point, but I think it's going to be really fun. And hopefully they take a few risks. Hopefully they don't hold back a lot, especially with Deadpool as a character. So that's number 5, Deadpool 3 coming out. Alright, number 4, we have Mickey 17, and this is something that I saw upcoming like on Letterboxd, and because I was looking for movies that I'd be hyped for, and this one I have pretty high because, first of all, it's Bong Joon-ho, okay? Snowpiercer, Parasite, The Host, all these great sci-fi movies and a lot of social commentary in it about class. Well, Parasite's not. He has his commentary about class and class structures, and he uses his movies, and he's very. You could tell how much thought he puts into his films, and I feel like this movie is gonna be no exception either. This Mickey 17 is starring Robert Pattinson, Toni Collette, Mark Ruffalo, Steven Yeun. It's a really good cast. And I'm just reading from here because I don't remember. Mickey 17, they're disposable employees on a human expedition sent to an ice world. Niflheim? That seems sounds like Norwegian type mythology right there. But after one of the iteration dies, a new body's regenerated with the memories intact. And I like that because it's a simple introduction into this world that Bong Joon-ho is going to be showing about clones and the human expedition, the journey into finding a new this new planet. And it doesn't give anything about the plot away, just that he gets his memories intact. But it's just something to just keep in like your mind of something that's happening. It feels like Twilight Zone-ish. I feel like it's gonna be like an Oblivion and like the movie Moon type of situation right here, where maybe something along the lines that he's gonna feel some type of humanity within himself, even though he's a clone, and like he gets the memories of when he was like human. I don't know if that's how that works or it's just the memories of the clones, but I'm just hyped for it because it's Bong Joon-ho and he always does an amazing job. And he's always so thoughtful, and he puts everything in his movies are there for a reason. And he's a great storyteller, and he's a great world builder. It's gonna be, I think it's gonna be very good. And Robert Pattinson's in it. Toni Collette. Hey, this is gonna be good. This could be higher. This could actually be higher, but it's a little bit lower than what it would be. Maybe just because I don't know the full what's going down. That makes me feel weird because number one, I had no idea. The number one movie of this, I had no idea what's going down. Yeah, so Mickey 17 is at number 4. Number 3, maybe the biggest biased pick on this whole list. Maybe. I have my reasoning for the number 1. Okay, I have my reasoning. Number 3 is Godzilla X Kong, The New Empire. Listen, don't click off the video. Listen to me, okay? Godzilla and Kong are boys in this movie. They're boys in this movie. Godzilla is pink. Kong has the Infinity Gauntlet. They're running together. I mean, what else do you want? What else do you want out of this Godzilla versus Kong movie? Please tell me, because let's all be honest. I say this in every single one of these legendary movie monsters like reviews. We don't care about the people, okay? We don't care about the people. The movie doesn't seem to care about them. We don't care about them. The plots are just there. No one cares, okay? We don't care. We want to see Godzilla. We want to see Kong. We want to see Monkey. And we want to see big giant, lizard. And what's going to make this movie cool is that they're adding a little bit to Kong's rogue gallery. Because the legendary monsters, Godzilla has so many different rogues that you could do all legendary movies and you just put different iterations of them. We got Toho's Big 5 already. Godzilla, Ghidorah, Mothra, Rodan, and Mechagodzilla. They've all been put into legendary monsters. So now, it's time to get back to making new monsters like they did with Mudos and the Skull Claws. Now we have this scarred red orangutan guy, Scar King, I think his name is. And there's another monster that they haven't showed that a lot of people are talking about. I don't know anything about that. I don't want to know anything about that. But it feels still like it's more of Kong's movie, and it feels like it's more of Kong's movie, but they're not disrespecting Godzilla because they know Godzilla is just like he's the king. Is this really gonna give Godzilla a hard time? Are they really gonna give Godzilla a hard time in this movie with the Scar King? I wouldn't even be surprised if Godzilla doesn't wake up until midway through the movie. I wouldn't even be surprised if that even happens. So Godzilla X Kong could be a little high. Listen, I don't care. That is number 3 on this list. Number 2 is Dune 2. Dune Part 2. I did have a 2023 anticipated list I wrote out before, and I never did a video on it. But Dune 2 was high on that list, and it never came out. So it's just going to be put right back onto the top of this list for 2024. I feel like people should be hyped for this. I feel like a lot of people are forgetting about it since it's being pushed all the way around the calendar. I'm not worried about the marketing. The marketing is going to come through. Dune 2 is it's going to also get, probably a lot of Oscar buzz. But this is going to be I think an epic finale for the setup from the first movie. The visuals are going to be amazing, and the world building again. I feel like there's going to be a lot more, maybe action in this. The first one had a lot of talking, don't get me wrong, had a lot of talking, but the action points, they hit their mark. But I feel like this is going to have a lot more, especially because that prophesized war is happening in this. I didn't read the book, okay? Listen. I didn't read the book, but I really liked the first movie. It was a great experience in the theater, especially on IMAX, so you know I'm already there for that. I am really looking forward to that, just being able to see this on a big screen. I feel like this is one of these movies that are meant to be watched on a humongous screen with the loudest speakers, and just really get yourself immersed in this story and see how it plays out. So Dune 2 is at the number 2. Number 1, it doesn't even have a release date. I hope it comes out this year because they've said it's supposed to come out this year, but they haven't even dropped a trailer for this. Number 1 is Maxine with 3 X's, which is the 3rd installment in the X trilogy. I didn't even realize that it's 3 X's because it's the 3rd. That is pretty fire. I didn't even really think about that. Wow, okay. Maxine is the 3rd installment of the X trilogy. It was X, then you had Pearl, which was the prequel to X, and now you have Maxine, which is going to be the sequel to X. Pearl was very, it was like 1930s kind of time, like 1930s, 1920s, 40s. X was very 70s. You could obviously tell the effect that the Texas Chainsaw Massacre on this movie was very Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And now we have the 80s, which is going to be Maxine. It's going to be set in the 80s. It has Mia Goth. Mia Goth being her crazy self. Well, she was crazy in Pearl. In X, it's like I forgot what happened in X. She's like the daughter of somebody? Or what was it? I don't know. And that's the thing. I don't know what the hell's going to go on in this. But the first 2 are just, I thought they were so good. They were so different. They felt fresh. And she does such an amazing job playing these 2 different characters and making them completely feel different and unique. And I think that X does a great job of like staying true to the roots of 70s horror and slasher horror and still throwing different twists and turns at you, making it feel fresh and new. I know Maxine is gonna, I really hope it's good. If it would break my heart if I did not like Maxine. I was really looking forward to this because I just love X so much, and I thought it was so bold and clever to have X and Pearl come out in the same year and be as successful as it was. Maxine, I feel like, damn, like why are they dragging it so long? I want to see this come out. Come on. I think this is a definite sure number 1 spot. I would put this all over. If Maxine came out today, I am right there. And we have no idea what the hell's going to be happening. We have no idea what's going on in the movie. It's just Mia Goth in the 80s. That's what the movie's gonna be about. This was my top 10 anticipated movies of 2024. Are any of these on yours? Where are these? Did Mickey 17? Is that any on your everybody list? Sonic 3, Godzilla Kong. Is it number 1 like for the rest of you guys? No. Let me know what you guys think about where these movies should be. Are there any movies that I missed that I don't know about that should be on this list? You let me know about that as well. And make sure you stay subscribed and you turn on those post notifications so when I do review these, you'll be right there and listen to these beautiful words and beautiful thoughts, and we can talk about it. It's been your boy KC once again. I feel like I talked a lot. Woo! Need some water or something. Damn. I will see you guys in the next video. Everybody be safe, and I'll see you guys next time. Deuces, y'all.